On a scorching afternoon, along the edge of a dusty roadside sat a small food container left forgotten in the sun. Inside it, barely breathing, was a kitten. His frail body was curled tightly, as if trying to make himself invisible. There was a small pile of old, dry cat food beside him, but it had long since turned stale, just like the love that had once filled his life. His name was Mr. O. We don't know what had happened in his home before he ended up there, but it was clear someone had once cared for him, and then stopped. Maybe he had been playful once. Maybe he used to curl up next to warm hands and hear soft laughter. But that was all gone now. Whatever love Mr. O had known had been taken from him, and in its place only silence, hunger and pain remained. When our rescue team found him, he wasn't moving. His tiny frame was too weak even to lift his head. "He's just a baby," one volunteer murmured, her voice cracking. "How could someone leave him like this?" They gently scooped him up, careful not to cause more discomfort. He didn't resist. He couldn't. His body was too fragile, but his eyes opened just slightly as if saying, "Please, help me." We rushed him to the vet, hearts pounding, unsure if he would make it through the night. At the clinic, after running tests, the veterinarians gave us the heartbreaking news. Mr. O was suffering from feline panleukopenia, a highly contagious and often fatal disease. His immune system was crashing, and his tiny body was on the brink of giving up. "It's a miracle he's still alive," the vet said quietly. Whoever had him probably didn't want to deal with the cost or effort of treatment, so they abandoned him. There was silence in the room, heavy, bitter silence. Then one of the doctors broke it. "I know the chances are slim," she said, looking down at Mr. O's trembling form, "but I want to try. He deserves at least that." And that was the moment Mr. O's second life began. Every day became a battle. The vet team set up round-the-clock care. They treated him like he was their own, with warmth, patience, and deep compassion. He was placed in an isolation room away from other animals and assigned a dedicated nurse who whispered to him every morning, "Good morning, little Mr. O. You're safe now. We're not giving up on you." He was given fluids, antibiotics, immune boosters, and love. So much love. Some days he didn't respond. Some nights they feared he wouldn't survive until morning. But slowly, oh so slowly, there were signs. One afternoon, a nurse ran down the hall, tears in her eyes and a smile lighting up her face. "He lifted his head," she cried. "Mr. O looked at me. He even meowed." It was a small sound, raspy and weak, but it meant the world. It meant hope. It meant Mr. O had decided to fight. Week after week he grew stronger. His eyes began to shine, his appetite returned. He started walking, first in short, wobbly steps, then with more confidence. And then came a moment no one will ever forget. The first time Mr. O played with a toy. "He's chasing the feather," someone laughed joyfully. "Look at him go." For the first time since his rescue, the room was filled with laughter and light. 6 months passed. Gone was the weak, dying kitten in the food box. In his place was a stunning, healthy young cat with sleek grey fur, alert eyes, and the softest, most loving personality. He had a gentle purr that melted hearts, and he followed people around like a little shadow. "He loves belly rubs," his caretaker beamed, "and he sleeps curled up right next to me. It's like he knows he's home." Mr. O had made it. He had faced death and come back stronger, braver, and sweeter than anyone could have imagined. He had grown into not just a survivor, but a symbol of what can happen when love and care replace cruelty and neglect. Why Mr. O's story matters. Mr. O's journey isn't just about one rescued kitten. It's a reminder of the power we all hold, the power to choose kindness. Every day, animals are abandoned, ignored, left to suffer in silence. And every day, we have the chance to be their voice. His story is proof that no life is too small, no chance too slim, and no animal too broken to deserve another shot. What he needed wasn't perfection, it was compassion. It was someone who looked at him and said, "You matter." Mr. O is alive today because someone refused to look away, because someone said, even if the odds are small, they are not zero. And that belief, that choice, saved him. Please, share Mr. O's story. Share it with your friends, your family, your community. Let it be a beacon of hope for others. Remind the world that rescue work matters and that every act of kindness can rewrite the story of a life. To those who supported Mr. O, who never gave up, and who believe every soul deserves love, thank you. And to you reading this, thank you for caring. Together we can build a world where no animal is left behind. Mr. O's journey has just begun, and with love, he'll go farther than anyone ever imagined. Do I look pretty? But why don't you take me home? This kitten's tale began in a cardboard box, a makeshift cradle for abandoned dreams. There was one left lying in the box, lonely and waiting for someone to pick. He is very adorable, but no one chose him, not for its vibrant coat or playful antics, but for the missing part of its front paw. It was a moment of fate when two compassionate souls stumbled upon the box. Their hearts sank at the sight of the tiny kitten, knowing he would need special care and attention. Despite their own disabilities, they couldn't bear to leave him behind. Urgently, they set out to provide for their new friend, purchasing food, a litter box, and replacing the dirty box with a clean bed. That sound is so healing, haha. Let's eat and be a strong little boy. As they tended to the kitten's needs, they couldn't help but notice the bond forming between him and another resident, a puppy with a similar disability. Though the world may say that cats and dogs couldn't live happily together, here was proof to the contrary. Love knew no bounds, and it was evident in the tender way they cared for each other. Such heartwarming moments. They not only heal their wounds, but also their souls. I usually hear that cats and dogs cannot live happily together, but when I look at this, I know that those words are not right at all. Love can be shared, and only those who need it can feel it. With each passing day, the kitten and puppy grew stronger, their bond deepening as they faced challenges together. They shared meals, played behind the bed, and found solace in each other's company. Despite their physical limitations, their spirits remained undaunted, their resilience a testament to the power of love and companionship. Look, the kitten saw the puppy. He really wants to cheer for his friend. Together they faced a significant hurdle as the puppy underwent surgery, but with the support of their human friends and each other, they emerged stronger than ever. The kitten, with his congenital injury, remained by the puppy's side, offering silent encouragement and companionship. They both lost their right paws, but we didn't feel any sadness from them. They play together, eat together, and heal together. That's all. For in the end, it wasn't about the disabilities they bore, but the love they shared. A love that transcended all boundaries and lit up their world with joy. and as they lay together, two fragile souls entwined, they knew that in each other's company they had found their happy ending. If you find this story touching your heart, please don't hesitate to send your prayers to the kitten and puppy, and also our hero. And give this story a like as well as subscribe to receive more meaningful stories. Thank you very much, goodbye, and see you again.